But in college wrestling, you're talking about the discomfort thing. Part of that is that, when you go to a college wrestling program, again, it's very structured. You can't skip practice. You have to be there every single day, right? On time. And then it's like you have 40, black belt, right? Jiu-jitsu black belts. And not even just black belts, like world class, 19 to 23 in their physical prime, ready to fight each other every single day. And so you get used to this grind, dealing with people, battling people, discomfort every single day. And a lot of it's also dealing with injuries. Like, and Chael Sonnen talks about it a lot, that, hey, and I always talk to my kids about this, listen, the national tournament for the NCAA is March 15th through 17th. And you cannot guarantee me you're going to be totally healthy on that date. You cannot guarantee me you're going to be not sick on that date. You're going to have to compete March 15th through March 17th, no matter what, if you want to win a national title. And so wrestlers get used to this grind where you just don't see that in other sports.
Yeah, I think that aspect of wrestling is one of the biggest tools that they take into the octagon, the mental toughness and that ability to. I mean, the grind. It's a badge of honor in wrestling to be able to handle the grind.
Yeah,
it's not really in kickboxing or in Muay Thai or any other sport. Like
they're not really forced to. I mean, how many kickboxing or jiu-jitsu schools can you name where there's literally 40 black belts? I mean, it's been borne out through high school wrestling. You go to all these national tournaments and state tournaments, you find out who the best are. The best of the best get recruited, and they go to these institutions to train with the other best of the best of the best, And then in addition to that, the post-collegiate guys who are trying to make the world teams and Olympic teams, they're sticking around training. So you have this like melting pot of freaking really great wrestlers that are training with each other every single day for 5 to plus 5 years if you're going to world championships, right?
Yeah, there also seems to be like a much more systematic approach to training people and a lot more drilling.
Yes.
And a lot of jiu-jitsu schools like, hey, show the arm bar from the guard. Here, we hook the arm. Okay, I go under here, my legs, I make my leg, I lift up. Okay, you practice. Everybody, get together.
It drives me insane.
They'll do it a few times.
Insane.
Like, I'll go to jiu-jitsu classes sometimes, and they'll literally go over 2 techniques. You drill it twice, and then the rest of the class is just people rolling.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
5-minute goes.
Maybe.
It drives me insane, Joe, because I come from this wrestling background, and then I also like sports psych, and the study of high performance is like, that's what I love.
Yeah.
I love studying people who are the best in their field at whatever they do. And we know without a shadow of a doubt, just saying go for 5 minutes is not the most effective way to train someone.
No.
Does not happen. So in wrestling, there's a whole bunch of different you could do. Some days you might do matches. Some days you might do a 30-minute go. Some days you might do groups of 3 1-minute goes. Some days you might do situations. I start on the single leg. I start on the high crotch. I start on front lock, right? And so there's all these different scenarios that we might try. I mean, if I'm coaching my academy, right, and we're working on, we drill front headlocks, or we call mantis position, where you grab both armpits and bounce and go. If we're drilling that, we don't just say, okay, now go 5-minute goes, because how many tries are they going to get at going in the mantis position then, or the front headlock? Maybe 1, maybe 2, but essentially most people, if you say go for 5 minutes, they are not disciplined enough to make themselves do new skills. They revert to whatever they do best.
Right.
And then they just do it over and over and over and over again, right? And so if I want a kid to be good at a front headlock, which if you're going to wrestle at a high level, you need a good front headlock, period, factual, you have to have it. I'm going to put him in there 50 times in that practice. And he's going to get it over and over and over and over. And maybe the next day it's single legs, and then maybe the next day it's double legs, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe some days you say, hey, go for 10 minutes, go wrestle.
Right.
Right? Because you want to change it up
Mix
on
it
a
up.
little bit.
Yeah.
But saying go for 5 minutes every single day is very much not the most effective way to do it. And it's so insanely frustrating for me to have that happen at almost every jiu-jitsu school on the planet.
Eddie Bravo's talked about this a lot. And one of the things that he says that jiu-jitsu is so fun to roll that people just want to get to the rolling part real quick.
I don't care what they want.
Good, you're right. I like.
I don't freaking care, Joe.
Right.
I want them, and my kids tell me all kinds of stuff. I said, I'm running practice.
Yeah.
I went to the Olympics. I won 2 Hodge trophies.
Yeah.
You're at my school because you want to learn how to be the best, and I'm going to help you be the best.
Yeah, just
I'm
listen
not
to me.
Yeah.
I don't care what you like.
I don't care what you like. Some days, every once in a while, hey, you guys want to play a game? All right, let's play a game.
Right.
Every once in a while.
Just to keep it fun.
Just to keep it fun, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to do this? Let's do that. Every once in a while. Okay? I'll indulge you. But most of the time, you're here. And so, we don't, for our young, we don't really push our young kids too hard, but like, especially, I'll talk about high school guys. You're telling me you want to be a state champion. You're telling me you want to go to college. You're telling me all these things you want to do. I know what it takes to get there. I've been there myself. I've seen many other people achieve those things. And so, and there's a lot of, it's really funny because people choose, in this, we can go MMA, we can go life. People choose what they value, right? And I'll just give you a simple example. I got this one kid who's probably listening to the show right now because I know he loves you.
What's his name?
I can't give one of my kids a shout out, not all of them.
Okay.
So
You're right. Okay,
but
you
probably
know
knows,
who you are.
He's gonna know who I'm talking about. he goes freaking hard, just boom, grind. Just I couldn't ask for a kid to work harder, Joe. But when I start teaching technique, he tunes me out. And then we go to a national tournament and he places, but he gets scored on a whole bunch by the technique we were just drilling. And then I say, hey, bud, you just tuned me out the last 3 weeks. We were just drilling that thing, and you just got your ass kicked by it. And so I love the fact that you want to go hard, but you need to also value the technique, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some people who value the technique too much, and all they want to do is technique, and then when it comes to going hard, they don't go hard enough, right? Because in wrestling or in any venture you want to take in life, there's not just one way to be successful. You need a bunch of different attributes to be successful. And so if you overvalue one or another and you devalue other things, you're not going to be as successful as you could be. You might still be successful, but you're not going to reach the pinnacle because you're not putting yourself in the right situation.